Clicking. Lean in. Camera on edge of the seat, she be pouring that pot. Turning the heat, name in her mouth, better come clean. She the real one, cut through the screen. No cap, all fat, yeah, she talk mean. But it's sting cause it's true, she a truth machine. Reality with Krista Marie. Hey, tune in for the truth, it's that Queen TV. Talking that shit, making it known. If it's going this way, that way she put you on. Really with Krista Marie. Hey, every single drop got you feeling that beat. You better listen hard, don't miss a thing. She the primetime goddess, bow to the king. Bow to the king. She don't chase clout, she chase receipts. Scroll through the files, bring them to the street. Bravo to the boss when she break that scene. Got the group chat buzzing off a single stream. Real time gossip, live in your phone. You feel seen cause she's saying what you think alone. True and keen, cut deep when she speak. You hit play one time, now you back all week. Reality with Krista Marie. Hey, tune in for the truth, it's that Queen TV. Talking that shit, making it known. If it's going this way, that way she put you on. Really with Krista Marie. Hey, every single drop got you feeling that beat. You better listen hard, don't miss a thing. She the primetime goddess, bow to the king. Bow to the king.
Hola,
Primetime goddess.
get this up.
Clicking.
Oh my god, I couldn't get it to go off.
Lean in.
I won't hear myself twice.
Camera on edge of the seat.
You guys probably can't hear me.
Turning the heat, name in her mouth, better come clean. She the real
Right,
one,
yeah,
cut
so
through the
that's-
screen. No cap, all fat, yeah, she talk mean. But it's sting cause it's true.
Aha. Okay. There we go. Tell me you guys can hear me. When you look, oh god, this is my guys. I don't even can't go into the hospital thing with my mom. I just can't even. Whew, guys, it's rough. Kim, I need somebody to talk. So anyway, I was over on Dago's channel. I was on his panel. I got up there late. We were talking about true crime, like what's usually what I talk about when I'm not here. And then I was like, he had to go, and I'm like, I'm not ready to go yet. But I know that my people don't really talk true crime, but they'll be there here for me. But then I'm like, I saw Kim here. I'm like, Kim, come join me. But you have a thing to do at 6. That's right. Everybody follow Kim. Typically, you her, Dago, and a bunch of both of them do. It's called the Verdict Room, and it's on their channel. So please, when my mods get here, I'll make sure that Kim's channel goes in there. And before we leave, I'll make sure I link their Verdict Room stuff. That's tonight at 6. And after that is True Crime After Dark on DA's channel, Devil's Advocate. Which, if anybody's listening, that's one that's always on Dago's channel. He's up there with him. So amazing people, amazing perspectives, all different perspectives, but respectfully, which is so appreciative that you can have all these different theories that make way more sense than the shit they're trying to tell us. And we all can just agree to like, okay, maybe like I might follow like State of the Deep Jason. I'm kind of on his vibe, but I entertain the other stuff too, because everything's possible. What's not possible is what they told us. So here's the crazy people, us or them. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to get here because this was so last minute. Very last minute, and you guys know I don't ever let go of on Saturday. I was at the hot. Thank you, Robert. I was there. She was there. Her surgery was 12 hours, but something happened between me and my family, my sister and my family, and I haven't seen her yet. I'll put it that way. You're like me in hair and makeup. Like, listen, every morning I'm in hair and makeup, getting ready for Kim. Well, listening to Kim's show, get ready for my show. Now Kim's in her hair and makeup, getting ready for her show, listening to me. But I get stuck on. I know I get stuck on Dylan. I do. I get stuck on Dylan and Bethany because, to me, the first sign of fucking problem is the 9-hour delay. So Idaho 4 in case people that don't know what I'm talking about. Wait, did I turn Instagram on? I did. Hey, Instagram. Okay. All right, just making sure. The Idaho 4 case is Brian Kroeberger is allegedly the killer, which one man perp story, lone gunman from, I don't know. Like, listen, when they try to blame a lone gunman, we know that there's a problem because no matter what you say, no matter what theory you try to insert him in, somebody that could commit a crime with 6 people in a house, and he's littler, very small. He's not bigger than Ethan, put it that way. It didn't happen. It just didn't happen. And if he was there, he was outside or something. Because it's like, so people say, okay, no, and also with this Idaho 4 case, you guys are saying, oh, well, they had his DNA. Oh, he stalked them, and there's proof that he knew them. And that's what they told you. That's what they wanted us to believe this whole time. But that's not true. They waited till the very last minute to say, oh, no, it might have been random. We didn't know where Brian did it. We don't even know. We weren't even, 6 agencies weren't even on the trail of Brian Kroeberger. Nobody came up with this guy until a tip comes in from the FBI. This is right around, we're hearing this now, and it's always because it's like we just got done the Butler PA show. We're like, and where we're watching the FBI lie to us on fucking, in the Congress thing. So who the fuck believes anything they fucking say? I don't believe anything anybody says above us. So I believe in the laws of the universe, and I follow Amin Ra. But that's just me. Anyway, as far as this goes, though, listen, I'm never going to discount Bethany. I didn't turn that on yet. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oops, why am I on? It is a stream. It's a stream. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't turn TikTok on either. What are you doing here, buddy? There you go. Thank you. Okay, TikTok is on. So, in Idaho 4, there's 4 people that were killed. It was Maddie Mogan, Kaylee Gonzalez, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Coronado. Xana and Ethan were a couple, very in love couple, all in their 20s, in different states of a sophomore, junior, frats, except for the other 2 roommates that were murdered, which was Kaylee Gonzalez and Maddie Mogan. To me, I don't know who done it, but all I can tell you is that one person did it, and it can't be just like a Jack Decor, which was an ex-boyfriend, or a Uber driver, because you have to have more than one person did this, okay? And you'd have to trust a group of people, say 2 to 3 or 4 to 5. If you do this, nobody's ever going to tell. So who has groups of people that in their life? Not Jack. I mean, and they're going to commit murder over his emotional instability over Kaylee. So that theory's out for me. I can go with maybe the frats, because I have not realized how fucked they really are, and that they are the start of the Illuminati. They're little Illuminati trainees, I guess, which sucks for them, because they haven't realized that the dark has lost recently, and they're going to be out soon, and things are getting exposed, which this could be the case that exposes it in a spiritual sense anyway. There's a lot of fucked up shit. So, they don't know who the target was. We've had, okay, and this is another thing. There's parents that are completely convinced, say they're completely convinced that Brian Kroeberger did this. Now, these are their 4 slain children. You don't even have to open the docs to discount what they think is still happening. They were asleep. He used a murder kit. He was in a hazmat suit. He did it by himself. Oh, Brian did it. Brian did it. Brian, you're all crazy. Brian did it. You're all grifters. If you would just listen to what your prosecutor said, he said, no, we don't know why Brian was there. We don't know why, oh, thank you, babe. We don't know why Brian did it. We think he picked it out randomly with all the lights in the house, all the cars and all the people. This little dude picks out this house. He walks in there. Ethan is 6'2". The picture I have on my thumbnail is not what he looks like. He's not little ass little Ethan. He's a big motherfucker, and he fought, and so did Kent. They all fought. So Brian would have been fucked up and done. You got the 2 bitches that saved themselves, which is, you want to come up, Kate? Dylan, which is it's a girl's name, Dylan Mortensen, and Bethany. We call her Deathany and Killing, because okay, they're supposedly there, not touched. Okay, so another thing. There's a group of people that just see these 2 girls and are like, oh, I'll leave you guys alive. Meanwhile, slaughtering, and I'm not exaggerating, slaughtering for others. Now, Brian is not John motherfucking Wick. He didn't fly in on a spaceship because we see no car of him coming in there. The person allegedly started on the 3rd floor, which would be no fucking goddamn doorway. There's no way to get up there. Well, there's a slider. Hi.
Hi, I'm high. I'm from outer space. We're on the most benevolent timeline in any place.
Yes, we fucking are.
How are you, beautiful? I miss you. I'm so glad to see you were live right this second.
I know it was a last minute thing, and I love you so much, and I fucking miss you, bitch. Where you been?
Oh my God, my skin is so full of my ass. Like
What?
I've been doing the things that pay me more than fucking YouTube. Like,
okay. Yeah, you told me. So
that's kind of been my highlight and focus. But I totally miss our crew, and I'm loving you all the time. What are you gabbing about today?
I am telling them about the Idaho 4 case.
Uh-oh. I have no idea. You continue. I'll listen.
Okay. So it was about the Forest Lanes college students on November 13th, 2022. They weren't what you've ever heard about this case, just throw it out the motherfucking window, because none of it was true. That Brian has never stalked these people. He didn't know them. There's no ties to him. And what I was just saying is, even at the end, you don't even need the documents. Like, say we have, typically we have all the documents. We're going over the case and we're seeing the lies and the fuckery. You don't need that. The goddamn prosecutor came out and said, we don't know why he did it. It was a tip. None of their investigations led to him. So you didn't solve motherfucking anything. And one man did not do this. Okay. There's 4 bodies, 3 floors, in 7 minutes, and they're not just sliced. They're missing lint, like missing fingers, or somebody may or may not be tied up. Ethan's a big motherfucker. Also, you have this whack job. Okay, I don't give a fuck on this channel. The bitch is not a fucking victim. Okay, to me, if you hear somebody scream for help and somebody's in the house, you fucking call 911 for your roommate. She screamed for her life. And then I'm pretty sure you sat there and listened to her get murdered, because the steps she was running down were right past your door, Dylan. So how did this murderer get up onto the 3rd floor? Maybe the slider? Okay. Well, where was Maddie? Did Maddie hear him come in? Was he up there waiting for Kaylee? Was Maddie already slain and we didn't know it? So how did he get? So he's up there. Dylan was the first one home, and somebody had to have let him up there. I don't know if that's even the case. We don't even know, because of course we don't get the truth out of shit of any of these people, but not the point. Then so basically, I think that Kaylee ran for her life, because she's not going to run back up the steps where she was found, because there's no door to get out. She's running for her life downstairs. I think they got her downstairs, which meaning I don't know, other people. If you want to say Brian Koberger and friends, fucking go ahead, so I don't have to argue about it. Brian didn't do it. He didn't do it alone. Okay. If he did it, he didn't do it alone. But I'm not going to say, because, there's so much blood. His DNA was never found there. It was like a little speck of sand of touch DNA on top, 150 stab wounds, on top of a knife sheath that had 4 blood spots on it from other people. Okay. And nobody wants to fucking talk about it or test it or it's just, Brian did it because we got a tip. You take the DNA of that and you go after that guy. First of all, and on thanks, they're not this touch DNA, genetic DNA, how they supposedly found him. They're not allowed to go into DNA bases, or I'm sorry, DNA, what do they call it? Ancestry and all that. That is illegal. That's violating your rights. You're not allowed to do that. Well, they did, I guess. I fucking guess. I don't know. But they go all the way to Pennsylvania to get his dad's earwax. Okay. They go into his dad's trash can, get his earwax, and supposedly 5 days before Thanksgiving. Now I'm jumping ahead, but we go back to 5 days before Thanksgiving, which is a week after this happened. Just randomly, one of the parents is at a child, well, I lost my child kind of group thing where they're all crying about how they lost their kid. And you got Stacy Chapin, I'm going to have a horrible Thanksgiving. Boo hoo hoo. I lost my son, Ethan, in a quadruple murder a week ago. And then, Allthrum Labs, who does the genealogy, just happens to be there. And the lady goes and whispers in Stacy's ear, don't worry, we got him. Have a great Thanksgiving. Okay, this is a story we find out at CrimeCon. First of all, how the fuck did you get him? How did you know who you had? Because apparently you didn't know who Brian Koberger was until I don't know what, November 9th, or I'm sorry, December 19th. It's a whole thing. They knew, they supposedly say they found out in December, but they were telling fucking people in the beginning of November that they fucking had them. Hey, Dago. That's why I was on his channel. I was like, I'm not done talking. I need to talk. Because, the parents, like I've said so many times respectfully that we're not grifters. And the people that actually are investigating this case are probably in the fucking negative, like Lana and Pav, who come up with things that make way more fucking sense than what they have told us. And, like, you don't even have to, like, look at the docs. Like I said, like, Brian didn't know these people that we can see. And if he did, he wasn't alone. And they have an illegal obligation to have all parties involved be fucking arrested. And then, well, we pleaded guilty. That's their excuse now. Well, you know what, motherfucker? Of course he did. You had 3 years of motions where the whole court was like, nah. Well, he wasn't here. No. Well, this one has blood in it. Nope. It's like, okay, and then the PCA is a lie, which I didn't really know much about until like the middle of this. And I'm like, the PCA is the probable cause affidavit, which is supposed to keep you in jail, like where you show people, oh yeah, okay, this is why we have him. Just like the grand jury, they can lie to the grand jury. Grand juries are a joke, but this one was like actually like, we don't want to do this. Like they were actually like thinking like, I don't know, man, maybe these two surviving suspects, fucking victims, whatever. So it's like, I call them suspects on my channel. They're suspects. They have questions. So like, why don't we answer those questions? Why did you wait so long to call 911, Dylan? Because you had us believing you're in this fear state. Who the fuck ever said that? So if you weren't in a fear state, why doesn't you seeing a masked man in your house while you hear your friend scream for help, your roommate, by the way, and I know you heard the fucking goddamn slaughtering going on of 4 people in your house, and he's not John motherfucking Wick, so he's not like, go gadget arms. So, Dylan, what the fuck? Are you a psychopath that you make up the shit that you said? Like, did you make that up? Because that's crazy. If you say that, and then you say, oh, I fell asleep, that's even crazier. If you didn't make it up, and that it really happened, it's like you're still a sociopath. So at this point, if that's what you heard and saw, you're liable for
real quick.
One
thing that's eerily similar of this and that story in the snow with the person on the lawn and everybody was in the house drunk and those cops is that they all go back to sleep after hearing some bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Like Brian, Albert, I'm sorry. There's a man out on your lawn that we know you just drug him out there, you little cokehead motherfucker, and you're hiding in your house. It is not even a goddamn nightlight on in his house, which is weird because there's a dead man on your lawn and you just had a coke party, dude. We know that, but whatever. John's found on your front lawn. That's the thing. The state wants us to believe that Brian Kroger did this himself, right? By himself. Okay. That's fucking impossible. If that's what you want me to believe, you're going to have to fucking tell me all the other people, the people that did it with him, because he didn't do it alone. Just like you're never going to believe that John O'Keefe was laying on it there at 12:29. Anything after that, the 7 motherfuckers that walked out of 34 Fairview didn't fucking see the dead body on the lawn when the snow wasn't even enough to track a cat, allegedly. And he's a big dude. The cars were facing the lights. If you turn the lights on, they're facing John. Okay. And another thing, in the morning, okay, they're all screaming. There's sirens. We didn't hear anything. We were asleep. We didn't hear anything. You're like, oh, probably all like coked up, point out the windows. But anyway, you got butt dials going on. You didn't hear anything, right? But then Alan Jackson goes inside the house when the new owner's there, whistles, and you can hear he's on the lawn. I'm sorry, and then Karen's in the house, and you can hear her fucking whistling. So how do you not hear woo 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 woo? You hear people crying, and oh my God, John's dead. You got Jen McCabe going, there's a man passed out in the snow. Like, okay, like Dylan, 9 hours to call 911. And then you're like, there's an unconscious person. Bitch, what? You just called Hunter over. We got a knife. He's seen 2 people that are supposedly his best friends. I mean, and he's like, there's a man passed out in the snow type thing. But somehow we hear this on 911 call. We hear him on a 911 call. They call 911, but he supposedly did it first. Whatever. This 911 call sends them back in the house to see if they're breathing. Hunter knows they're not breathing. But this is the thing. You got 4 slain people inside your roommates. Then you have the twins of the one slain guy, Ethan. And you have fucking Hunter walking over. Hunter's the guy who got the knife and he was going checking everything out for them. Like he's the goddamn police in his goddamn underwear. He's got like the Chris Watts pose with a knife in his hand. He's like, come follow me, officers. Knife wielding man with not telling them there's a slaughtering. Still tell him unconscious person. She's up here, sir. I think he's dead too. What? He's tied up and sliced. What do you mean, fucker? So, and the guy's like, oh, the cop's like, fuck, dude, get back. And he's like, got a knife in his hand. And we're like, yo, dude, why are you even here? Get the fuck out of the house. Nobody was separated. But anyway, so then you got crime scene tape. And now, mind you, these are 4 slain kids. And these are their roommates. They're with them all the time. Then you have the brother and the sister of the twins walk up, and you got Hunter telling them, and they're just like, doo, 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 doo. No reaction to your slain brother and his girlfriend in the house. Little to no reaction. Jack Decor, which is one of the boyfriends, we'll just call him boyfriend because they were together for a long time, of one of the dead girls, Kaylee, and he has his dog there as well. He walks up and you got Dylan going, "Oh my God, Jack! I heard Kelly scream, run for her life!" And fuck the guy. Oh my God, guy! And we're like, where is this coming from? You were scared. And Jack probably said, well, that's when you called 911, right? No, that was 9 hours ago. Motherfucker, no wonder nobody stood near this bitch, because people think Jack got in the cop car because he was guilty. No, he's probably when it killed Dylan, because you just told me my girl and my dog screamed for help and you did fucking nothing for 9 motherfucking hours. Said you were asleep. And that's a fucking lie too. And that's another goddamn problem. Poor Brian tells the truth about his fucking seatbelt not being on. These bitches lie about goddamn everything. And what they heard and saw isn't fucking whack job. Okay, that's wackadoodle shit that you don't think that that's a fucking problem. Like, we perceive no danger. Nothing happens in Moscow. Pretty much everybody's so goddamn nice. What do you mean? Bethany hears a scream, a fake scream, and she goes and sleeps at somebody's house because she's so scared. It's like, and then they let poor Kaylee's dog out because they want him to go missing, because they don't want him there, in my opinion, because they know the people are going to be there and the dog might get in the way. And like I said, my problem with it being like a Jack Decor or an Uber driver is you got to have 4 people in your life that are like willing to go commit murder for your emotional fucking baggage. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, you got to trust a group of people. And then you go to like, well, there's 5 agencies investigating it. And if I'm telling you that what I'm telling you and it doesn't make any sense, how are they not calling each other out? Well, because they're all in bed with each other, in my opinion. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, is they're all in bed with each other. And I don't understand why else they would protect whoever, because one person didn't fucking do this. You have like, lies about, there's just, oh God, there's so much, and there's like, or so then you got the parents, right? This is what I think about the parents. They're calling us grifters, not me, but like per se, like Dago and them. Dago and his people, like they commit almost fucking 8 hours a day. So just talking about this case, the stuff that comes out, going through like $2,200 pages of documents, reading them over and over, things that we shouldn't have to do this, but they do. And then you got the parents. They should be fucking grateful, because they're probably emotionally exhausted. They've been lied to. And if they would just jump on board behind us, we could probably figure out the truth of what really happened to your kid, because it seems like we're the only ones fighting for your kid, 4 kids. You have the Chapins, who's Ethan's parents, who are locked up with the DNA lab, who they'll never go against that. But the thing is, even if Brian's goddamn fucking touch DNA was there was blood from other people there, and there's all the blood in the house, and you tested all of it, every little droplet of blood, because if you found some little speck of DNA, I'm sure you might as well. I hope you tested all the blood. Also, there was a cleanup. Of 7 minutes, there's a cleanup, and Dylan and Bethany are there. Why in the fuck would Brian? Brian wasn't there to clean up. So who stayed and cleaned up? Dylan, Hunter. Hunter's phone's allegedly there all weekend. And like, to me, Kaylee and Maddie come home and their phones are done after like 2 something. So I think something happened around that. I don't understand with Ethan and Xana. Like, so this murders they're telling us happened at 4:15, 4:29, something like that, between that times. This is what Dylan's telling us, right? They ordered DoorDash at 4 o'clock or 3:45, or I'm sorry, 3:15. It got there at 4 o'clock, basically right in the middle of these murders. Okay, it's getting to start. People everywhere. Now the person delivering it just happens to be Molly McMeth, who is part of this group of people that traffic things, I believe, because it's a state. They're like literally a state. I guess it's a border state, and she got in some trouble recently, so she has to be a fucking snitch. So my thing is, I thought maybe possibly they were doing, maybe it's a stash house, and maybe Ethan and one of them got caught up in some shit, or it was a stash house before they even moved in there, because it's actually not the property of Idaho. Not the point. But I don't know what happened for these 4 people to get unalive. But to me, the only thing that it ever really would do something, that would happen, it would be money or drugs, or like, I can't see you killing 4 people over anything else other than like they did some shit and then maybe somebody else saw some shit. And to me, and if 5 agencies are going to be like, oh yeah, one man did it, you all know what happened. Who are you protecting? Because this is like, we're watching like the Ozarks show, right? And we're only on like season 3, where shit ain't making motherfucking sense still. And like, you know that it's not over. It's definitely not over. It can't be over, because more and more things get dropped, and it's more and more fucking thing to prove that what they've always told us is they were asleep. And the parents have not even, I don't know, they're not even looking at the documents. I keep getting off that subject of the parents because I'm so manic about this right now. But literally, the Christie, listen, I'm trying not to be disrespectful. I know I am. Should I take a breath? I know I should probably smoke too. But the parents, like, I want to write them an open letter. I don't know who I don't know who, if I think I am, but I just want them to, I don't explain to them, we're not bad people. We're not doing this because we care about Brian. We want to kiss him. We want to take him out and party with Brian. We want to know what happened to your kid, because we have kids, we have sisters and brothers, and it seems like there's some liars going on in the house that know what happened to your child. The only witnesses, Bethany and Dylan, you're just like protecting them, protect their victims. Victims of what? They perceived no danger. They didn't think anything was wrong. What are they victims of? They didn't get fucking unalived. The guy who looked at him and said, hey, peace. And they're like, yeah, I'll do you a solid, not call 911, in my opinion. Why aren't you calling 911? Do these people know you? They looked at you 4 times. Dylan looks out her door. She sees this masked man. Okay. Goes and locks her door. Then she peeks out 4 times, locks her door. It's like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? Musical fucking doors. Then she decides to run to Bethany's room. I'm sorry, you just saw a masked man with a weapon. You said it was a weapon, and he looked right at you, and you want to run through the house? By the way, the cleanup probably wasn't happening yet, and the blood was everywhere, and Kaylee was probably laying dead on one floor because she was brought back up to the 2nd floor with Maddie, and Xana and Ethan somehow they were attacked in their room. It's another thing, if it's one person, 6 other people aren't going to sit there and go, oh, let me just wait for my turn. I hear my friends getting murdered. You're not just going to sit there and do nothing. Well, Dylan and Bethany did, but the other 2, like, which would say Xena, I think it was Xana and Ethan were second because their blood transfer. So do you really think they're going to sit there and go, oh my God, there's a murder upstairs, let's just wait? No, they're going to run for their lives, call 911, try to go for help, but they can't because there's other people there holding them hostage. So that's why I believe that one person could not do this. Sorry, I can breathe now for a second. I feel like, because, to me, with my ADHD, I get stuck on certain things, and I'm stuck on the 8-hour delay of them never questioning it. Why did you wait so long? You were not asleep. We know that now. We have your records of who you were. They were making phone calls. They were making, putting applications in, inserting fucking contacts like 2 minutes before somebody's about to get slain in their house. You hear this, you hear that. The one girl, Bethany, on the body cam goes, am I still going to be able to go home for Thanksgiving? No, bitch. Your friends were just murdered and you're a suspect. Sorry, what she wasn't, but she's like, you're worried about going home for Thanksgiving? And your friends that you just lived with for 6 months are slaughtered in your house when you were sleeping, allegedly, where you live. What universe are we in that's what the fuck you're thinking about? Like, are you not? And I'm telling you, my sister watched the body cam of the twins finding out that Ethan's inside slaughtered, and she's like, why are they not reacting? And they go fake hug the Hunter, and I'm like, this is weird, because to me, if it's a group of people, it could be the frats, which I thought was, I didn't know how fucked up they were. I can't imagine the brother being, or the brother or the sister knowing, and then not like, it's weird. How do they not react? It's just weird. And then you have like Dylan and Bethany, they're just like, yeah, we perceive no danger. Yeah. And then 3 days later, she's interviewing. She's like, they're laughing and joking. But then for 3 years, she's had this healing journey, GoFundMe, that raised over 100,000 because she's a healing journey. She does an impact statement at Brian's arraignment. And she's bawling her eyes out. I mean, I've never seen the girl cry, sobbing. You didn't even recognize her. She's like, oh, she's got to be held up, walking over to sit down and say what she's got to say. And like, I should probably play it for you, because it's like, if you didn't know, you'd be like, oh my God, that poor girl. What? Because she's such a good actress. And we're like, and we're all watching going, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? And then you have the sister who has been lied to by the state, yelling at Brian about things that didn't even fucking happen. The state told you it didn't happen. The state told you they weren't asleep now. The thing is, they didn't know anything, and they're like thinking all this crazy. It was sexually motivated. It's like, Olivia, they made you look like a fool. You're yelling at Brian like you know what you're talking about. Even if he did it, that's not how it happened. She was awake. Your sister didn't kick a person's ass. She tried. She's like, they would have kicked your ass if she was awake. No, Olivia, like, open your eyes, dummy. No offense, but the girl, I was really nice about her for a while, but then she started being like really nasty on TikTok to people and like saying weird shit like defamation, and because the dancers that are playing I don't know what's playing a play or something of this case, somebody was doing something, and I don't know, a documentary, and these people were playing parts of the sister, and she's on there making fun of them, and she's like, I'm gonna get them for defamation because they danced. Fuck if I know. The girl's weird. She had a whole glow up since her sister died. It's like she took her sister's $100,000. It's another thing. Kaylee had $100,000 saved in the bank and a Range Rover. In my opinion, good for you, girl. If you're like a sugar baby, that's not uncommon. It is everywhere in college. It is nothing new, and nobody really thinks anything bad about it. If that's what and she was graduating 2 days later. Why would her and her parents were not her next of kin? She was not in contact with them. Not that they don't deserve to be able, to have some type of say in what happens. But to me, you're estranged from your parents. They're not on your life insurance. Like, I don't know if you have life insurance, but like they take her money, they take her car. It's like, who gave them that? And I don't know what that would be. Like, I don't know if, like, I get it. It must really suck to be like lose your daughter and you weren't talking to her. But like you perpetuated this weird shit going on, and you're not paying attention to the docs, and you're like watching content creators making fun of them, calling them trailer trash. I mean, what the fuck are you talking? We're trailer trash, motherfucker. Have you, Steve? Let's look in the mirror, Steve. Let's not be an asshole. You were too drunk to drive to Idaho. Let's be honest. When your daughter was slain, then that's why. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to go get tit for tat, but dude, what the fuck are you saying? Like, calling us assholes? It's just a bunch of like, you're calling the people that care the most about this case, which it's not the fucking state. It's not Bill Thompson. It's not Pullman Police. It's not any of these police departments. They took a tip and they decided that was the killer. Honestly, nothing led to Brian. Not the only thing they have is he confessed to it. No wonder he confessed. You were trying to murder him. They brought the death penalty back. They brought the shooting. They were going to shoot his ass. Like he was probably going to lose. He was probably going to lose no matter what. Even though there is goddamn nothing. There is not one thing that has pointed to him that we've seen. I mean, what, they're holding something back? I don't know why they still be doing it now. Like, it's time to give it up because there's a $400 million lawsuit from the parents against WSU, Washington State University, for hiring Brian Koberger and blaming it's their fault. Oh, hey, Meg, it's their fault that Brian allegedly murdered people. I'm sorry. I hope to God that this goddamn ridiculous number case is for more of the evidence that we couldn't get to go to court because Brian was going to get his life, probably taken from him if they tried to go to trial and he lost. The evidence would have been biased. So, like, I think that if WSU does, they have to basically prove Brian didn't murder these people to win the case, or they have to pay this money. In my opinion, that's what it looks like to me. So you're going to pull out all this evidence. Where? What? Okay, let's pull it out. Let's look at it. Let's look at it and see who actually did this. Because again, there's many people that work for Idaho or work for all these people. You're going to literally say, oh, everybody gets fired because you might murder somebody one day, or we can't hire you because you might be a murderer one day. Like, the lawsuit makes no sense. They hired him. He had no complaints against him. That's another thing. Oh, we have all these complaints against him. They did nothing. That was after he was accused. And that's when people started coming, oh, he was so weird. Oh, he looked at me funny. Oh, sexual harassment. It's like, listen, nobody had a problem with him. He was like really highly recommended to go to this school, I guess. Like, in this, he was a criminologist, but he was also a student and also a sub teacher or something like that. And he's not dumb. When in his apartment, he had all his research papers and everything. All of this was about, all of it is about our rights, about how guilty people get locked up and innocent people get. He knows everything. He was probably basically his own lawyer. And I hope what Diego was saying is true, that something's coming, because I was starting to get a little discouraged. Like, why does he feel responsible for this case? Like, did he feel responsible? Maybe. I don't know. But I go back to, like, no, they were going to kill him. And like, they can do whatever they want. If they can do this impossible narrative to somebody, of course they can move the death penalty up. And probably, they took the pow-pows out again just for that. And it's like, That's for people like Chad Daybell, that we know actually murdered children and did other weird things to them, like in your state. So I just, I can't breathe. I keep going on. There's just so much. It's like, and then people ask you, why do you think Brian's not guilty? It's just really, I don't know. I don't know if he's not guilty. I just know that he didn't do it alone if he is there. And if Steve has to argue about, oh, Brian did it. Okay, let's agree with you, Steve. And then can we move on from that? We can like stand there. We agree on that. We agree maybe that one person couldn't do this. But if you want to say that Brian did it, fine. But we have to agree that one person couldn't have done it alone. So we could just agree to start there and look for the other perps, because you, Steve, know that you think that Dylan's a liar. Like, I don't know why you play the game. Maybe it's because of, I don't know. Like, Meg, do you think that Steve plays the game? Because we know he knows what's up, okay? I really don't think he thinks Brian did it. I think that they play the game of, let's keep, like, I don't know, Thompson at bay. I don't know. But I feel like it's some kind of psychological game with them. Because, again, we've heard we've seen text messages where he's like, no, she's a fucking liar. Like, he does not believe anything Dylan says. Who the fuck would? Because you're fight or flight. You heard and saw a murderous man, and you perceived no danger. You saw a weapon. You saw your friend laying on the floor. On the floor. You saw her naked on the floor. And maybe you peeked in, maybe not, but there'd be blood everywhere. You would have, and I believe where the picture was taken of the one room, the one crime scene picture, it looks like Ethan was right in front of the door, actually. Looks like he was tied up like this, to be honest. Like, and there's blood everywhere because there was a cleanup. So you saw blood, Dylan. Like, just the sociopathness of, like, the things that she, and then it's like, wait, was she even there? Like, were they really even there? Like, maybe these crazy murderers made them keep their phones there and told them what to say. But to them, maybe it wasn't as loud as as it seems. And it wouldn't make sense. I don't know, say this happened, say that happened. And they thought no big deal of it because they weren't really there. And it didn't really happen to them. But again, it's like, all of that, even if you made it up, if somebody told you, it's all fucked. It's all fucked. And none of it, and like, I can't find a world where I feel bad for Dylan or Bethany at this point. I don't believe that they're that scared of whoever did this. I do think that, like, they knew something was coming. I think Dylan lured Clay back to the house, by the way. Dylan is the one person I just can't stop. I'm so glad I don't have her social media, because I'd probably get canceled and lose everything, because I just have so many follow-up questions. I just want to know why you lied about getting me to sleep. I want to know why there's TikToks that we can't, I'm sorry, Snapchats in your phone at 3:45 that we can't find, or why are you talking to your dad in the middle of the night, and then why are you telling him to call you at 2, and like, why are you not fucking, you're calling your friends to check on them because you heard some fucked up shit, but they don't answer the phone, asshole. So you probably heard it buzzing, ringing. Your friends, you're calling all 4 of them. So you're telling me you didn't hear the phones ringing or buzzing or whatever these iPhones do. But then when they don't answer, does that not ding ding? You're calling to check on them and they don't answer. That means something's fucking wrong. And right, you didn't get an answer, but you heard all this stuff. So then you go to actually check on them, Dylan. So when you say to us, I called them, all 4 of them, and so did I, and I text them and they didn't answer. Well, okay. So then what the fuck did you call for then? To check on them? Because you heard murderous shit and they didn't answer. That should trigger in your brain that something happened, right? No. Oh, we just went to sleep. No, you went and you did, LinkedIn and some other dumb shit. My tooth hurts, Dad. And I woke up and then went back to sleep. And we wait till 11 o'clock and we're like, oh, our roommates aren't up. That's weird. You don't smell the smell of death and blood and whatever happens when you die. Like, it's not like this house was big, and I'm not trying to be gross, but that's 8 hours later, and Dago says there's a smell that comes from you that starts to come in. You use your bowels and you wake up and you're like, okay, where's the dog? The dog, you didn't think to let the dog out? Like, you lost the dog. The dog ended up somehow in the house. Poor guy was cowering under a desk while his poor owner was getting murdered. Poor Murphy. Murphy's the Chloe of this fucking case. I'm not kidding. Murphy and Chloe are on a farm. It's like the Witness Protection Farm, which I believe is in Arizona and the Catalina foothills. And I believe that they're the ones that took Nancy, because, Chloe is now Clora, never to be seen again after the murders. I mean, Murphy's probably out there too, because he's a witness just as well. And they're out there and prove to me that they didn't take Nancy. I'm just saying. Like, this is how ridiculous this is. Like, the dog has no blood on him. And this is Kaylee's dog. Like, her my Sterling. Like, yeah, exactly. I always say that they're all in bed with each other, obviously. But it's weird. Like, so, but what did they do to deserve what happened to them? That's what I want to know. There's also another part to this. So there was also a bunch of unalivings after this of like this guy, Brett Kobaka. Brett, I don't understand where he came from, what he was doing. He was allegedly living in an apartment with a bunch of students, or because he's not student age, but somehow he's a vet. Somehow he's living around there and he thinks he's going to get set up allegedly. The cops SWAT him and unalive him. Oh, he pulled a gun. Where's your response, crisis response? Where is your negotiator? If he's holding people hostage, which he was, and he was alone in his apartment, his roommates are outside. They don't even know his last name, by the way, and they're like, we don't know. What do you mean you don't know his last name? Is it even him? And like, okay, Brent, go back. And it's like for hours they're standing outside this apartment. I'm like, what are we watching? And then you hear pull, 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 and you never see the guy. Brent Popak is dead. He's crazy. And then his roommate goes to get his phone and it's like fucking cleared out. And you're like, what the fuck? He thought he was going to get blamed for it. So somehow his girlfriend might have been a drug addict or something, and maybe was Molly McMeth's friend. I don't know. But it's weird that he was a suspect. So I forgot to tell you that part. He was a suspect somehow, some way. And he also has 4 brothers, which I forgot to tell you that the blood DNA found at the scene came back to, I guess, somebody that would have 4 brothers or some shit like that. He's got 4 brothers. I don't know what that means. Not that they did it, but I don't have a motive for Brent Kopak to kill these people unless he was sent there by somebody, because he was a Army Reserve, Army something, where he's like a really good ninja, we'll call it, because you'd have to be a ninja to do this by yourself. Now, a possibility is Brent and Brian became friends, both from Pennsylvania, same age. Don't know why they're hanging out with a bunch of students. I don't know, but maybe they have some, and Brian had a drug habit a long time ago. Maybe Molly McMeth was selling Molly McAdderall, and they went to go get some McAdderall and just a crime happened. And it's like, oh shit, we just saw some shit. They're going to blame us for it because we were here. And I don't know, maybe Brian feels guilty for something. I don't know. I feel like it's been over 7 months. If there's an appeal coming, I don't know why it's taking this long. He does have appeals. I don't care what people say that he doesn't. I do believe that he pleaded guilty because he was going to fight this, and he would rather fight it without having the death penalty over his head. Imagine just like to me, that's a lot less stress to fight this case, and if he is, without the death penalty hanging over my head. But my thing is this shit, like with Delphi, which I haven't gotten dug too much into, but again, an innocent man is rotting away in a prison where it's so bad that he's eating his own feces. A man who was a normal guy who just wanted to help these 2 little girls that were on the tracks. They were found dead later on, and he somehow gets blamed for it. But he didn't do it, and nobody can seem to get him out of this, right? That happens. And then Karen Reed. Now, I would have believed Karen hit him with the truck. If you told me that, I maybe believe it, because yeah, he was found on the ground, but he would have had to have jumped up in the air, pirouetted down head first, while the vicious 2-mile-an-hour car taillights coming towards his head, because he was only hitting the head, and then he had to bounce off of that and land 30 feet under on a flagpole, and then smash the back of his head. And I'm sorry, also get some dog bites somehow. Okay, well. Jen McCabe, I saw her backing in. I saw her back in really funny. And oh my God, you would have seen John get hit, liar. 12:45, you didn't see her because she was home by 12:36. But my whole point of this is, like, if Brian was on the lawn after 12:29 and Karen left him there, they tried to say maybe she left him there. This is the state. And she didn't mean for him to die. So they weren't really charging her with actually murdering him, right? So my thing is, okay, well, if that's what you want to say, then why about the people that actually left him there to die? That actually saw the dying man? Because you're telling us he was there. I'm not going to believe that 1 or 2, 3, 7 people didn't see a dead fucking motherfucking body or a dying man. A cop, of all people, your best friend. You're all at the bar together 6 hours ago, or well, however many hours ago, and you all left, and y'all went to this house together. And for some reason, Karen didn't want to stay. But side note, Karen was kind of seeing one of the guys that were in the house, hanging out with them. I believe, this is my theory, they weren't trying to fight Brian. They weren't trying to murder John, because who orders a coke party and a murder at the same time? You don't do that, because they were having a blizzard party. These adults, these grown-ass adults who have blizzard parties and like to party enough. They get their son's girlfriend, boyfriend, or brother to drop off Coke, which were she was like, oh, he was coming to pick me up, and then I changed my mind when he got here. Sure. So he stops by. He happens, thank God, to see John and Karen just sitting there like normal people. Doesn't see John in the car, so we know John gets in the house. Bottom line is, I think that like, Higgins is the guy she was saying. Probably wanted to tell John because him and John were good friends that Karen and him had a kiss and they were texting and he felt guilty about it because he kind of dicked her over. But I think she had told John about it. I think he went in the house, because we can tell with the person. You still there? I'm sorry. I'm still
here. I just had a thought. I'd be having random thoughts. But I've been watching this dude on TikTok who's in Antarctica at 80 degrees, which is supposed to be the end of the world. And I'm like, and then they sent somebody into the ice wall yesterday. They found a hole and they sent him into the ice hall. They haven't come back. They're missing. Now the people are missing. In addition to Antarctica is totally thawing out like overnight. It's crazy.
I don't think they're missing. I think they're
fishing ships there that are not supposed to be there.
I don't think they're missing. I think they're in paradise where we're gonna probably
They made it to the other side of the firmament. Because okay, now I'm gonna sound crazy.
No,
because I'm totally a round earther. However, when people use words like we're at the end of the world, you can't go further than this. But if you look at a circle, there is no end on a circle. So what the fuck are they talking about? That you're at the end of something round. If it's round, then there should be another side to that so that you can get back to your point A because it was round. But if it's only like flat and dimensional, then there's going to be one end over there and one end over here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the words for the people on the ships, huge, gigantic, like carnival looking ships, but they're for like these marine people.
Yeah.
All are out there and they're all using the exact same language about being at the end of the world, which is 80 degrees by this and something degrees by that. And the people went over there. And then the ice wall also is very, what's the word? It's so perfect.
Yeah.
And shade looking and even in the places where it is. And it just doesn't, but then you can see sometimes beyond it and everything is green on the other side.
So excited that people are actually like, because I love this shit. I love this.
I know, I've been sending it to you on the TikTok. Have you been getting it?
No, my mom's surgery was this week. It was yesterday.
How is she doing? Sorry.
I don't want to talk about it right this second, but shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll send in love and positive energy and healing vibes.
Thank you.
You need it before, so I'm sure the surgery is a success.
It went well. It's just the amount of pain she's in, and then I had a huge fight with all of my family yesterday at the hospital in the lobby.
Well, the emotions are running high, and you all love your mom, so I'm sure that everything will calm down once everything is calmed down.
Yeah. I think personally, the Earth is not a globe. I don't think it's flat. I do think that it's a cylindrical. It's called cylindrical thing,
right?
Maybe, and like stacked with dimensions. That only maybe over the ice wall we can get through those dimensions. Maybe because I think it's an endless stack of dimensions where we can all fit here. I don't think like the planet's going to get overly populated. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's places and things that are created that are, infinity wise. Well, I don't think that there's an end of the Earth. I just think we're dimensions. And I just think maybe as a flat plane, maybe once that you're at the end of the Earth and you try to go over that, you're at the, what's it called? Not firmament, but the horizon. No, what's it called? The horizon? No. When you can't go any further on an NDE or you're going to be in heaven forever. What the heck's it called? Dude, the grand heart. Oh my God, Krista! I shouldn't smoke very high. The great
stratosphere, but that's probably not it.
No, all right. Say that you're going through a black hole, right? And you see like maybe it's not the firmament.
A galaxy, a Milky Way.
No, I can't think of it.
I went to the planetarium the other day with my son, and galaxies look like white blood cells. You guys.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
I cannot find pictures on Planet Alcyon where I know that I'm from. I want to see what it looks like. I
Did
heard
you
it's
watch?
very mentally.
Did you watch the movie I told you about, Andromeda?
Oh
With
my
the lady
God.
with 2 eyes. What was it called?
Andromeda.
Yeah, about Andromeda. What's it called? Begonia. Begonia.
Oh my God, I forgot. I'm gonna have to write it down.
It's so good. Because also on these old maps that show this ice wall and where the dragons live and the big fish and all of that,
Oh yeah.
there's Andromeda is on there.
I'm telling you, I resonate with Andromeda. I resonate with Arcturians, and I believe, in my opinion, the 3I Atlas, when it came here and it hit Mars, that's when that peace in the Middle East thing became about. And it might look like things are going completely haywire right now, but I do believe this is that chaos that has to happen before the order. Like, things actually have to be exposed, because when the last time we had the orbs come out with the drones, that's when they turned and they faced Iran with our weapons or whatever, and they said, no, fuck, you're not doing that. And they came and they were like, the orbs were literally like surrounding the bases, and they knew they couldn't do anything, right? Because they're way stronger than them. This time I think it's going to happen again, because whatever's happening over there, I know that they're not going to allow this to happen. Like, they're going to allow it to happen maybe for like a week or whatever's happening, but I do believe we're going to start seeing Christ consciousness for real. Like, those orbs, that's what that was like. Because we're saying drones. Yeah, it started out as drones, but we saw them shapeshift. Like, if you look at the beach cam still, you can see orbs out in the ocean. Thank you for putting her channel there. So I think that, like, what's ever happening is going to I feel like this, like, it built up still. Like, I felt like we were kind of going down like this energy of the light. Like, we were there, we didn't have to worry. And I felt like, okay, finally things are being revealed. And this happened, and I'm like, maybe this is just more of what has to be exposed. But
yeah, definitely. And I feel like you're right on that, because the exposure,
the e-files is another thing. The e-files too. Like, I stopped taking them seriously, right? But I didn't realize that it all linked back to them. Like, everything that we've ever, conspiracy theory, somehow, because it's Sealy. And again, it's not even just files, it's the fact that they've been sitting there all this time and people knew about eating babies, and even though we were telling them it was happening, we didn't know where to go with it or how to stop it. And then it has to leak down to things like the Idaho 4, and like the people that actually think that they can kill a police officer, throw him on the front lawn like he's trash, frame his girlfriend, drag his parents through 2 trials, which was awful to do. The woman believes that Karen did this, and it's a lie. And you got the kids that he adopted that had lost 2 parents, his sister and brother. John adopts them, and then John dies, and then they take Karen, and they try to convince them that Karen killed John. These kids are like, that's so unfair. And then the people that actually murdered John are like ingratiating themselves into their lives. And it's like, this is like, I dropped down there. Here she is. Sometimes it happens. Hi.
when all that happened, there were kids in the house?
So when John was murdered, he had adopted his niece and nephew because his sister passed away and the dad. So they lost they were like 8 and like 2 or 3. So John's sister dies of cancer. 6 months later, the dad overdoses on the mom's grave, and John adopts the 2 kids. So he's got the niece and nephew. So now that John's their parent, Karen comes into their life. John gets murdered. And then it's like, and then they try to they made them believe that Karen did this. Now the boy's 8 now, and the girl's 16. The 8-year-old doesn't believe Karen did it. He's smart. And I think eventually that the niece is going to figure it out, because I mean, I don't think many people believe that Karen did this. I mean, honestly, the x-ray showed, there's so much evidence. The x-ray showed he had no injuries from here down. Okay. He was in a fight or something. His head was bashed in the back, and he had dog bites from a canine, again, on the arm. Canines are trained to bite your arms, your legs, and to pull you down. They're not trained to kill you. So just say John walks into the garage, maybe, and accidentally opens a garage door that Chloe was in, the dog. All the parties in another garage or inside, and he accidentally walks in the wrong door. Chloe sees him, attacks him, bites him. He falls, hits his head. He's down. Chloe is done attacking the arm because the threat is now no longer sits next to the threat. They don't find John's body until 1:30 in the morning because all of a sudden you see the girl's action on their phone. Well, they still don't call 911, right? They still threw his body out in the lawn. So either way, whether they punched him in the head and they left him to die, or they found him dead because he walked in the wrong door, it doesn't matter. They made the wrong decision. And there's a lot of them. And 2 of them are police officers. Like, it's so fucking unfair. And Karen is still fighting them civilly. So then they literally have Karen in civil court, but Karen turned around and sued the fuck out of Boston for like millions. She's got 7 attorneys now, and all of the evidence is the evidence that's already that has exonerated her and pointed towards them. It's the most wildest thing I've ever heard, and it's like she deserves to own Boston, and actually Peggy O'Keefe does too. But that woman, if she had to realize the truth, I think it would kill her. She already lost a daughter. Now her son's gone. And to find out that the people that are in your life right now are the ones that actually killed him and his girlfriend wasn't, like, I think that would kill Peggy. That's John's mom. And I think the same thing with Xana and with this case. Like, I think that, maybe with Xana's mom, the truth, she's I don't say the weakest one, but she's the one who had to really go through like addiction and all. She was already suffering and struggling. And then her daughter's murdered and she's like, she ends up getting clean. But I think that like she knows the truth, and I think Steve knows the truth. But I also feel like they've been so emotionally manipulated, just like, Peggy has, that to now, if you realize that what the truth actually is, it would be too much. It would kill them. But it's still not fair to your child, the 4 kids that were 150 stab wounds. Like, you can't even do that in 7 minutes. Think about it. Maybe you could, but I don't think it matters whether it's flat round or whatever. The New World Order could be the destiny. I'm not against us all living. Like, listen, we don't have to, be different. I mean, I'm sorry, be all the same, but it wouldn't be Huva. I mean, I don't know, it wouldn't be bad to have just like one leader and just like, we all get along, every country, every race. We don't have to, like, I can celebrate Christmas. You don't have to celebrate Christmas. We don't have to change all that. We already live differently than our neighbors. Like, think about it, how much differently. My neighbors don't celebrate Christmas, but I do. It doesn't matter. We can all live like that. Like, the thing that we have to like, fight different countries over what? Like, why can't we just, obviously, I don't think that they want war over there. I think it was all fucking, we're the villains, motherfuckers. We are the goddamn villains. We've always been the villains. And that's a goddamn shame. That for us to find out now that, and we've heard, the Vietnam War, we heard that we were fucked up here. We heard maybe we did it. Maybe Kennedy was shot because of this reason or that reason. No, we really lied a lot. We lied to get into every country that we've ever fought wars with. And Iran was the last one. Iran was the last prophecy that they were going to try to turn Iran, like say, oh, they're bad, they're so bad, they're horrible people. It's like, and it's not. I don't think it's really going to work. I think that I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, it was Kenique. I said, there is way more of us than them. They're not going to make us fight civilly. We are not going to fight each other. We're not going to fight other countries. We're going to fight you if you try to do that. Like, I swear, like, I think that's why they build bunkers, because I feel like we've got peace and we want to keep peace, and we want our med beds and we want our free energy, for fuck's sake. And I don't want motherfuckers like this to get murdered. And I want to know why we're watching a season of Ozarks meets like, Breaking Bad and what's going to happen, because Lucy, hey babe, for fuck's sake, right? Like, it is. It's like we're not even close to the end, because it's not even normal. We're like literally mid-season. We're just like, holy shit, like, this is not over. It can't be. There's no answers to these questions. We have to have a couple more seasons. One day you'll come up, Lucy. One day, Lucy knows everything about this case. I get so stuck on just Dylan and Bethany and why it's okay for them to just get away with like being witnesses to this supposedly Brian Kohlberger, but like he didn't do it alone. Okay, didn't fucking do it alone. He's not John Wick. And in the time frame you said he did it, like maybe if it was done 2 at a time, and 2 o'clock at this time and 4 o'clock, maybe he could have got away with it if Dylan helped him and let him in the house or something. I don't know. Maybe Dylan's like, okay, I'll give you a solid, Brian. I'll just go. It just, to me, like I said, it's like a whodunit for me, but I know, Brian, it's not what they told us. And I don't know why they want to keep doing this lone gunman thing. They've been doing it forever, since the fucking Kennedy. He was shot twice. No lone gunman there. Butler, PA, that little man on the roof did not do that. Fucking the guy that killed the insurance guy, I doubt he did it. Charlie Kirk, that's a fucked up. That's a fucking fuck. That is one fucked up fucking thing. It's like either he's alive and all these people don't know how to act, they're horrible actors, or they actually hated him. Turning point, it's like we're on the most benevolent timeline available, though. And obviously, because of my mom, I'm manic as fuck right now because I, yeah, like we were held hostage. Me and my sister were held hostage in the lobby while my mom's upstairs, and 7 of my fucking family members are up there. And listen, there's only supposed to be 2 at a time. Okay, the lobby lady goes, "Oh, there's only supposed to be 2 up there. We don't know how 7 of them got up there. How did that happen? They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to leave." And she looks at me and my sister. And we're like, okay, well, me and my sister's like, what? With 2 at a time? What? 7? Who's 7? Why are 7 people up there? Who's that? My brother, my aunt. Okay. She goes, oh no, you need to tell them to leave. We need to tell your rule is not. You've had them there all day, and I got to tell my derelict family that just happened to get past security to all to leave. Do you want to know how well that's going to go over? You apparently let them all get in. Then me and my sister are like, fuck this, call my sister-in-law. She comes downstairs all like, I don't know what floor. What do you mean you don't know what floor you're on? You didn't know all day that 7 people couldn't be up there? Or mommy's in surgery. Why did you ask us? Why are we here then? If she's not getting out of surgery, we can't see her. Why are you all sitting up there for 12 hours then? Why did you tell us to come up here? And then it's like, I don't know who I'm mad about. I don't know what I'm mad. And then cousin Steven, Randall, Alyssa, who? How are they getting past security 5 minutes ago? But me and my sister are like, nope, can't go up. To me, it was just fucker. I was just pissed. I was aggravated because the day was long. I'm worried about my mom. It's 12 hours later. You didn't tell me it was supposed to be 12 hours. You told me 8. They're all looking at me like we're stupid. My sister's like, it's your fault because you're too high. I said, bitch, shut the fuck up. Because listen, I didn't look high, and who cares? My mom's fucking dying or whatever. My mom's had surgery. This is the 4th time I've had to go through this. And you lady, prove it that I'm high. And I don't think that was it at all. I don't know what the fucking problem was, but my family acts like well, you should have been here earlier. For what? We weren't allowed. We wouldn't be allowed in anyway. Like, cousin Steven gets by. I'm like, and I looked at my sister. She's like, calm down. Like, do you not see the fuckery these people? She's like, shut the fuck. And then of course everybody hates me now because I open my mouth. Well, I'm sorry. I'm leaving then. Like, I ended up leaving. And it's like, my mom's up there. Like, she doesn't want fucking, there's 2. Maybe she wants these randoms there. I don't fucking know. But why y'all up there sitting there for 7 hours? It's only 5 minutes down the road. This is basically a waiting room to the hospital right here in my house. But like, I'm so stressed the fuck out about it. Like, I couldn't get an answer out of anybody today about because I'm not going up there because I'll fight these. I will fight one of my family members because I'm not gonna make plans with you to go when I should go up there. I should just be able to go up there and go and see my mom. I shouldn't have to worry about 7 motherfuckers up there. And I got to kick my derelict family out. No, I'm just going to sneak the fuck up there like everybody else does. But no, my derelict ass, I'm supposedly the bad one. But no, I stayed downstairs. I just had my, said what I had to say in the lobby. And I didn't give a fuck. And then this poor lady, I was crying in the bathroom. She's like, are you okay, hon? And then she ends up we talked for 2 hours. She's like, I watched Bravo. I'm like, great. She's like, I watched True Crime too. I'm like, but it was nice because I needed somebody to calm me the fuck down because I'm like, this fucker and I was just so pissed. And then they all leave. I watched all 7 of them walk out. And I said to Shannon, I'm like, where are they going? She's like, oh, I guess they decided to leave. Now they decide to leave. I'm like, no, I'll leave. But bye. You drove all the way from Pennsylvania, cousin Steven. For what? You can't see my mom. The fuck are you doing? You got here 5 minutes ago. How the fuck did you get past security? I don't understand. And then I wanted to go ask the lady what the fuck the problem was and why, half of my derelict family is getting past you and I'm not. But of course I don't know how to say it nicely. I don't know how to say it maturely. I call them derelicts. Dude, I'm sorry, you're the ones that got paid. You're telling me they're not supposed to be there. I don't know how that happened. Well, I don't fucking know either. I don't fucking work here. The fuck, I don't know how they got past you fucking, To me, I got fucking people checking my bag, staring at me, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Shannon's like, remember when they accused you of stealing here and you were? And I'm like, thanks for reminding me. Oh my God, it's been a fucking day. Thank you for listening to me. And Kim, Typically Unique. If you guys want to watch Kim, Typically Unique, and Dago at 6:00, it's called The Verdict Room. It's a segment they do every week. It's really cool. Talking about the IDAHO and other stuff. But Larja, tell me about what's going on with you. Do you have any thoughts? Right? I know. Like, it's crazy, national security. I can't, like, what did I and again, what? Like, it's just the craziest thing, like, they did say something about that too, didn't they? They said, what they couldn't tell us something because it was a matter of national security. We're like, "Huh? Okay." Like, and again, like, I don't understand how a judge who's supposed to be on the side of just nobody, just gotta make things fair, was able to just do this. And Lucy, I swear, like, I know you don't believe me or you don't think it, but oh, Steve said it. That's right. Steve said it. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And I was like, what? So what? And I guess it made a little bit of sense, but like, what do they know? And I'm telling you that the macaroni in that jacket, I don't think it would look that. I think it would be really, don't you think the macaroni would have been moldy in that black jacket pocket that allegedly as Maddie was wearing that night? It just seems weird that it was like gross macaroni and cheese. So it wasn't like noodles that weren't cooked. It would have been like not yellow. I don't know. It was weird. Just one of the moms. Okay, this is another thing. So Maddie and Kaylee were best friends, but they want to claim Maddie as their daughter too, that goes murdered, like, because Kaylee and Maddie were both murdered. She has a mother. She has a mom. But you're like, oh, my daughters, my sisters, my that's like, stop claiming. It's weird. It's very fucking weird that you're saying that. Like, oh, it's like you're gonna send the black jacket to her mom. And but we don't even know whose jacket it is. Maybe I think it's Ethan's, in my opinion. Ethan's the only one that's tall enough to do. But again, it's like, right. I don't know, but, like, maybe we should Google it and see what it looks like loose. Like, seriously. I don't think it's gonna look like I just don't think it's gonna look like that. But it did look like it was from this week. I know, that's what I mean, like, and again, like, where you're going through her, you're I mean, and that black jacket, I don't remember seeing her wearing it, but maybe she was. I thought she was wearing a pink jacket that we couldn't find, or something was found, like some kind of jacket was found somewhere else. So that jacket got back to the house. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, everybody's like questioning why she ate macaroni and cheese. She ate macaroni and cheese. I mean, I don't know. Even if she didn't, what's the big deal? But I don't think it's weird that Eric vacuums his car out, because if you're an Uber driver, like, you don't want it to look like shit. So that didn't freak me out. But at least, like I said, I can't think one person, is going to have to find 4 or 5 people to help him that are going to, like, put up with emotional fucking baggage, kill people over it. Well, no, so they went to the grub truck. So if you ever hear about the grub truck guy or like the hoodie guy, she liked this baked macaroni and cheese or something where it was like really messy, and she was like drunk, and she was kind of eating it messy in the back seat of a Uber, and apparently had a black jacket on, I guess. And then I don't know, people were questioning whether she really ate it or not. I don't know, but we're like, here's proof she ate macaroni and cheese. It's like, I guess, I don't know. Can you put your thing in there too? It's a weird podcast. I know. Listen, when I was drunk before, I probably ate with my hands too. And I think that somebody drugged them. Somebody lived, because so they said they've never seen her like that, and probably to slow they're in a bit, like, slow them down so that the murder would happen quicker or easier. I don't know. I think about Kaylee screaming for help, and that just pierces my fucking soul. Because even if Dylan's lying, I'm pretty sure they were scared to death, and I'm pretty sure they saw a lot of, fucking betrayal right before the end of their life. And I pray to God they were out of their bodies before the ends happened, because that does happen a lot. They don't really have to go through that in a spiritual sense of it. But then, like, it's weird because the Outcast had seen some videos, right? And it looks like there's ghosts, it looks like there's orbs and stuff. And I'm fucking telling you, it's them. It's them flying around looking like, what the fuck has happened to us? I've listened to a couple, like, guys know I listen to mediums and stuff. And everybody says that this case, even before Brian was arrested or after that, like, nothing ever leads back to this one person. And nobody's ever really come out and said who exactly it was or what happened, but they've come through on a spiritual level through light, which is good. And they're all together. And I'm like, if I ever get my mediumship abilities to, like, really ramp up, the first people I want to come through to me is John, Keith, and the Idaho 4 case. And I'm like, besides my guides and guardians, obviously they would be there. But, like, I just feel like Not that I'm being not in the nosy sense, just because I don't know. I guess because I'm so spiritual. I would love to connect them. I want them. I hope they know that like what your parents say is not true. We're not doing it. None of this is done nefariously. I'm sure they want, to rest in peace too. And I know that if one person did this, I'm pretty sure they would have sent a sign down to somebody. Tommy Jude's up there loose, he's up there and he knows exactly what happened. Maybe Tommy can send us a message. I asked my pendulum one day too, but it's weird. I get like nervous because I'm like, do I really want to know the answer to this? Because then I'm like, what am I afraid? I'm not going to trust the answer. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I needed to get on here or somewhere because I am losing my mind. But my mom the surgery did go well. I know that. And I'm so scared to see her because of what happened, like what her surgery was about. Yes. Yeah. Like a lot of the NDEs, like I've listened to thousands of them, and every single one in a traumatic death. And when they've come back, they have left their bodies way before, like, seconds, minutes before, or it's like they close their eyes and they wake up and they don't even go through the tunnel. And then a lot of them decide not to come back. They make the decision. And that's why I'm thinking I'm like, oh my God, if my mom has something happens on the table, I'm like, Mom, please don't leave. Like, please come back. Please. Like, because apparently I did. So I chose to come back, and I don't remember mine, but I knew something happened. It was my 4th overdose. I knew something happened because they told me I died in the hospital. And I'm like, something changed, that something was different besides the Earth Angel that didn't charge this felon with a bundle of dope. Me too. Yep. They did the reconstructive surgery like right away. They did get all the tumors out. So I hope that this is the last goddamn cancer she has to go through. My poor mother. Let me see if my sister's on Instagram, because if not, I gotta tell you guys something. Not that I give a fuck anymore. She thinks. Sorry, Lauren, love you. I'm just saying. Because listen, I had a feeling that he was up there, and that's why Shannon and I couldn't go up there. And when I say he, the guy. Because after they leave, me and my sister are in the gift shop, and I look and I say what I believe is Keith. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he booked down the hallway, and my sister's like, fucking follow him. I'm like, for what? Like, to make sure it's him? I'm pretty sure it's him. And he was leaving way after everybody else was. And if he was there, the only part that pisses me off about that is, why are you hiding it from me? I told my mom and my sister and me were together the other day. We had an amazing conversation, and really understood everything that she was going through. And so at this point, I don't care if fucking Keith's around. I really don't. I feel bad for my dad, but it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. She's happy. And if he was at the hospital, I just don't know why these bitches were lying about it, the bitches, I mean my aunts. Like my mom's sisters. I love my Aunt Barb. I just can't deal with the other one. Like, what the fuck? I don't, it's whatever, it is what it is. I love my mom, and she's good. She's happy, and it is what it is. Yes. Isn't it great? I like how it's like, it's like shaped around their beliefs and what would make them more comfortable, because like all the stories are different, but they have a common thread of like, it's all about intention and love. And, we were here to learn life lessons, but we can learn them and we can move on from them and not have to worry about them in our next life. I don't want a different life. Yes. Most benevolent time available.
All the time.
Every time we say that and talk about it, like, weird, cool shit happens. Like,
oh, okay. Well, let me add to that, because Spice said that if you start your morning with specifically Just Like Magic from Ariana Grande, and listen to it while you're doing the thing that you want to happen, just like magic, like, like I really be listening to it while I do my content creation, because it's been too slow and steady. 5 years and 3,000 people. Thanks for being a fan. But that is, and I have like over 2,000 things of my content isn't sucky either. Like, it's the amount of time it takes to get a bitch to subscribe to me on the place. It's crazy. So I need to be listening to that while I do my content creation. And it's an excellent manifesting tool.
Like, all right, so the situation with my house, right? How I procrastinated for too long, and so long. Well, recently my kitchen floor decided to have a hole in it, and we didn't know there was a leak under the sink, and it's about to fall into the basement. So
No
all
way.
my manifesting of wanting the house done, my husband's finally. I didn't know his 401k was over 100,000 is what we need. He's just
Yeah.
he's taking it out, and we're gonna get all. And now, like, me and the cat sit here and manifest how we want it to look. I told you, no walls,
Yeah.
exposed, just, the deck and the whole thing. I'm gonna forego upstairs to put the double deck outside. I want the deck to be second floor. Like, I wanted to want to wrap around the side of my house because I want French doors instead of those two fucking weird ass windows in my kitchen. And then you would walk around like a little deck, and it would connect to the back one, and then steps up to it. And then when you look out my window, it's a flat roof, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
You can
Nice.
see all the way to the water from there, and
Well,
fireworks.
bad things happened, but better things are happening because of it.
Yes, and then now, remember, I was like, I'm mad at myself. I spent all the money, but this works out better because he can pay the money back, but also this is our asset. You know what I mean? It's going to add 100,000 in value to it, hopefully, because it's being torn down. So, like, I know that he started like the process, and he didn't tell me, but I'm just telling you, I was excited because I thought I was manifesting it last year and it didn't happen. I was like so disappointed, but now I know why, because we needed more time.
Yeah,
Now,
it wasn't the perfect time, but now it is.
Yep, and now we don't have to get a loan, which was fine because, pay the car off, and Krista can't spend any more money, which is the whole reason he didn't do it to begin with, because I won't stop spending money. He's like, when you learn to stop spending money, then I'll get the fucking car. I'll get the house done.
Right.
I'm like, but babe, now that you're using 401k, I don't have to stop spending money. But listen, I once everything, the money, I don't touch it. It goes right to the contractor. So, I'm just happy that our kitchen floor is about to fall into the fucking goddamn basement. It's not, and I'm not even like, I shouldn't be laughing right now because it's a very good possibility that, because the hole, it goes right down, and I can see my basement floor.
No way.
It's thin. So my floor and the wood was getting like wet, and just, I'm telling you, and I said to him, if they say 80 or 60 or 80, it's going to be 100. Like, they're going to find the foundation. It's going to be cracked. This house is, his parents built this house, so he's been here his whole life. And it's done from when his parents did it, but that was in the 60s, 70s. It's time, and it deserves it. And it deserves the love that we are going to give it. Like, what I've done to the outside, and the windows are done already. The roof's already done. The siding, I'm going to get maybe spray painted. I'm not sure, but it looks okay. And with the new doors, it's just going to look, I'm just excited. Like, my goal is for Christmas to have my entire family here, like all of them, even if fucking Keith's got to be here, because my poor parents have been doing it all together, step in whatever since I was little. They've all gotten together, no problem. And now, guess what, motherfuckers? You're not going to stop now. You're going to get along. Stepdad, mom, dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, mistress. I don't care. Just be here for Christmas. Not Christmas exactly, but like around Christmas. Because the house, but I don't want to do it till the house is done, because my house is embarrassing. But that's my goal. And I'm talking my dad's side of the family, who is me. I'm them. I'm them. I am them. Like, I am nothing like my mom's side, but I'm all my dad. Like, me and my dad are the aliens. We're the ones that watch everything. My biological dad. He's like, have you seen Ancient Aliens? I'm like, Dad, don't tell me. And then we look at my brother. I was like, I told you he wasn't one of us. Because my brother's like, do you believe in aliens? You watch one YouTube video and you believe in aliens. I'm like, you're a Marine. You know there's aliens, liar. But like, me and my dad are like, oh my God, he's not one of us. Which isn't really funny anymore, considering. But, he is, obviously, because
I'm sorry about that.
I'm going to forget that secret was ever exposed to me.
Oh my God.
Because it's weird that I said that about, I'm like, he's not one of us. I've been saying it my whole life. I tried to kill him when I was 7.
You did?
Yeah, my mom my mom, I was really angry. I don't know what my problem was. My mom put me in therapy. I don't know. I think it was a jealousy thing. I was first born for 5 years, and then like my mom has like another kid. But me and my cousin, we're going through chaos with my dad and my uncles, her dad, like, because we're living at my grandparents, and that's where the club was for the pagans and stuff. So all of them are there, fist fighting and drinking, and it was just chaos and like fights. The fights is what got me. And then like, my grandmom screaming at them to like not drink, and then holding guns to her head. Like, and she dies, and it devastates my whole family. Like, it's just, me and my cousin, and then my brother's born, and I think I just was wanted my mom to myself. I don't know. It's weird. Like, because my mom left with me and my brother, left my dad, and then she's with the other one, then she meets my stepdad, and it's like, but Keith is the guy between both my dads. It's so weird that she gets back with him because I wonder if she loved him the whole time, which I don't think she did. She would just stay with him. I don't know. Me and my sister all talk about, like, we were asked her the other day. She said, no, I wasn't in love with him. She's like, I loved your father. I loved him for 30 years. Just the last 10, I've hated him. I'm like, but you didn't tell us, Mom. And my sister's like, damn. I said, I told you she fucking hates him. We didn't know. We had no idea. No fucking idea. One day she just comes home, like, she's my sweet little old mom, you know? And she's like, I'm leaving. And my dad's like, huh? Where are you going? I'm leaving you. And I'm leaving. And she just fucking left and never looked back and barely took shit, barely took her clothes. I go there, it still looks like, like, you live in a home.
You at least want the person to come back for their clothes so you can have a chance to talk to them and find out what the fuck is going on.
He went back every time. He would just, but he tried to ask her. She does not. It's like, the thing is, I feel bad that she's the way that she is, the way she is, because she doesn't talk about her feelings, and she held it in for very long, and she didn't really want him to change. I guess she didn't care enough. I don't really. The thing that happened, I think the resentment came from what happened with, like, me getting arrested, him getting arrested, him and all that. Like, I think that resentment came down from that, but I really feel like we had to accept it because she stayed with him. So we're like, okay, she accepts it. But then I think, like, her getting sick, she also told me, my sister, that we thought he was there for her. To me, it appears that he was. I mean, Christ, he stayed in the hospital with her all 3 times, but she said, no, I did all this stuff by myself. And we didn't, I don't know, I guess emotional abandonment, but he was there. Like I say, George emotionally abandons me, but the motherfucker's here and tells me he loves me all day. So what am I talking about? What is it that what is it that me and my mom aren't? Because me and my mom, she's like, Chris, we're a lot alike. And I'm like, no, I didn't think I was anything like my mom. I'm like my dad. Like, I didn't think a woman had feelings. There's not one motherfucker in this world that does not know how I feel about them. And even if I don't want to, my face will show it. My mom, poker face. I mean, happy go lucky, but was holding all that in, and holding a lot in. And I don't know how. And it's like, I feel sad almost. And her opening up to me and my sister, she apologized for, like, keeping us. And even though that's my dad's daughter, my mom raised her. She's more like my mom's daughter. I'm sorry I let you guys go through that with him, because he's abusive, narcissist, my stepdad, and we were the fuck up drug addicts. So, we kind of deserved it, but not now. Now it's really, he hates I love you, Dad. I'm like, Dad, I love you, but you hate women and you know it. And and my mom just couldn't. I don't know. I realize it's weird. She just, and then it's like, we stopped talking about it because, her surgery was the next day, which was yesterday. And she was, like, so happy and just positive. And, every time I turn around, I'm like bawling my eyes. I don't want her to see me cry because I'm so scared. Like, I just felt so scared for her.
Yeah.
But, like, right now, I hope that she's, like, I hope they gave her painkillers. She's funny as fuck on painkillers, but she's not going to be able to talk for, like, 2 weeks. Because they completely they took out, like, from here to here, and then they redid it with a bone that's from her leg. And yeah. And they said the cancer didn't spread, so
bless her heart.
I know. She's only 85 pounds, man. I posted a picture of her, I think, on my story yesterday.
I'll have to check it out. That's too much.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm really, like, right now, I really have to go to the hospital, but it's like,
yeah, you should follow your first mind. You don't want to.
I might just walk into the lobby and be like, I'm just fucking walking out there because everybody else does. It was funny that these, like, really cool security guards, like, our age, were, like, kind of like, I'll take you up there. I'll take you up there, babe. I'm like, because I'm, like, in the lobby going, I'm fucking Marine, come get me. Marine, come get me. Yeah. Like, Marine actually had to come get me. I was like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm like, no, I'll leave. Don't worry, I'll leave. Like, but yeah, it is great.
Mommy love. Mommy love.
I just don't know why these randoms there. Like, well, I'm her kid. Why are you random people getting past them? It just, I don't know. I hate to say that about them. But you drove from Springfield, PA, not to see my mom, to sit in a waiting room for an hour. I'm lost. I'm confused.
Well, sometimes people can't see the person actually like that, but they want to know that they were nearby just in case something, you know what I mean? And for
No,
their,
that's what I was thinking.
for that.
Is it wrong that I didn't go sit in the lobby all day and wait? Because they wouldn't have let us up anyway, but I mean, I would have been sitting in the downstairs lobby, I guess.
Well, and that's the other thing. These hospitals, like sometimes they'll have a nice little family waiting room on the floor over there. That's nice. But I don't like the idea of going to visiting somebody, being restricted from visiting, and then you're just out in the lobby with the fucking sick people.
Well, the
You know what I
lobby,
mean?
yeah, we weren't even allowed to be in the lobby too. We only in the lobby had to be only two people too. Like the waiting room.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there, when my grandma was going through her transition, they totally had um little suites on every floor.
Yeah,
They had suites
yeah.
for the
Yep.
families to be in there if there was overflow. And so
Yeah.
then like if only two people could go see my grandma, then we were all in this one room on her floor that was very nice
Yeah.
and comfortable for us. And then we would just rotate all day. We would just rotate. But we were not with other sick people passing by in the lobby or anything. It was actually on her floor. It was so nice.
That's fine.
Um, and I feel like that was a very thoughtful thing, but I feel like, I don't know, some of it seems like they're trying to cause stress on a family sometimes
That's
when,
what it felt like to me because I'm like the lady
yeah,
clearly
yeah.
could see me like start to
Like
cry.
we already know we're stressed. We're obviously here because we want to see her, but your guys not letting us see her. So now that's causing us stress. Like all we want to do is love our person, you
And
know?
I'm gonna tell. I'm supposed to tell the people, the 7 people that you just said were. I gotta kick them out. Why do I have to kick them out of your lobby? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Why aren't you telling them to leave if they're not supposed to be there? That confused the fuck out of me. Because
yeah,
how do you know that that's not good? That would not work out well for me kicking out 7 of my derelict family members that got past security somehow.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? I'm already fucking like, talking to myself because I don't want to yell at my sister. My sister Shannon's like, Chris, shut the fuck up. I'm like, she's like, is it me? I'm like, well, fucking all of you. I said, I don't even know, Lauren. I'm like, I'm confused. Why the fuck did we come up here? If we're gonna like, I don't know. Well, and you knew that 2 at a time, but you had 7 people up there anyway. So why do you even tell us to come up there? I'm not gonna be a derelict like you and fucking break the rules. I mean, yeah, I might, but like that's what we would have had to have done. Is that like, give me a heads up at least that I have to break the rules, you know?
Yeah,
But then if you can't see her anyway, why come? Well, you're here. If you can't see her anyway, why'd you come? Well, you're here. That's why I'm like, well, maybe I should have been here all day, but it's 5 minutes down the road. I mean, I'm more comfortable in this waiting room right here with my cats and my weed, and and like if I have to, you know, go there, it takes me 5 minutes. I could actually walk. But just fucking, I'm just really angry. I don't know who I'm angry at.
right.
I just felt dismissed and fucking like a piece of shit for no reason, really. Like, it just happened that we were the ones that were like, maybe there, and I don't know, maybe we're just that one day just happened to get caught up in some people. I fucking don't know who I'm mad about or who I'm mad at. It just was weird to me that like they all got in and then we couldn't. I didn't understand it. And maybe it's just how it worked out. But that lady pissed me off and my sister wouldn't let me out her. So of course I think about it all day. I'm like, but I want to call her today and ask her, how did cousin Steven get past? She's like, I don't know. And then I'm like looking at my phone and nobody has like fucking sent me. It says like you got every 2 hours an update. Obviously, this is the next day, right? She's out of surgery. But my mom, they said my brother said this morning she was going to be probably sleeping all day, which is
Mhm.
fine, And I know my mom's in pain. She doesn't want company at all because doesn't deal with pain well at all. But, I guess my brother is her go to person. Because I didn't know he was taking her to the hospital. My aunt that she lives with and my brother. I'm like, and who else was here? Like, I know I'm sounding like I'm just shit that I shouldn't really be that fucking worried about, but it's just, it's like I love my family. I just feel like a lot of miscommunication yesterday, and maybe I shouldn't have waited all day for my sister to get here. I don't fucking know. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because we wouldn't get in. So like I think I'm talking in circles. I know, you know what I mean? But anyway, with the Idaho 4 case, I had to start, but it's at 6:00 yet. So 2 minutes. We got to go to hi. Oh my God. Will you go over to Typically Unique's channel too? She's true crime. And they do that. It's the verdict room if you have and then if you want sorry, pick my nose. We'll get into it over there. And that let me put the fucking stop cursing. Look, my nails are. Let me put the this is I haven't washed my hair or done my makeup in 2 days, guys. And you usually would not let you guys see me like this. And Erin, you'll be good, and maybe you'll be good to hear that me and Marine's moving back to Gloucester. She found a 3-bedroom, hopefully, on my street, but down a little bit further. Really nice. All 4 kids and her, and she's sober right now. But like I was with her all. She came and picked me up, and then I was with her all day today. At T-ball for Karen down the street. So like, I'm happy that she's back in my life at the moment, you know. And you guys know my situation with her. Okay, true crime. The verdict room right here is the link. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And they talk about, you know, cases, stuff like that. True crime. And that was typically Unique's channel. I mean, it's Dago's channel, but they all stream on the same thing. But she was in our chat earlier. She was getting her glam done. Like in the mornings, I'm getting ready for you guys for our show, which I'm sorry that I didn't have a show yesterday, but I knew you guys all knew I was at the hospital. And then today was a shocker. Today was a surprise. My sister also, she's like, because I guess I literally looked at it for 2 days. She's like, look, you look like a fucking gangster. No wonder nobody's letting you in. I'm like, leave me alone. Like, I don't look like a gangster. I just talk like one. I'm just pissed. I'm fucking pissed. I was pissed. I want to know what's up with my mom. I don't want to have to fucking like fight people to find out. Anyway, I've missed you. Where you fucking been, Lady Virgo? I try to tag you. Can I redirect? I want to be able to share probably. I want to redirect, like, so how like when the live's over, it'll tell you who to go to. I want to redirect you to like, you know, like the verdict room channel or something. You know, but thanks for all coming over, guys. Erin, we have 2 weeks? 2 weeks until Rhode Island starts. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I remember how I was so against it. Like, they're freaked out about other states existing. I'm freaked out that you exist, Rhode Island. I didn't know where you were, but you look like fucking. Thank you. Please, thank you. Because she's battled this 4 times and she doesn't need to do this anymore. And it's, again, this happened before. She had to take all part of her face removed. It's like, no, man. Oh my God. I can't say it. My mom, man, we are a lot alike. Like, I did not realize, like, holy shit. I did not know how much alike we were. My sister had her phone the other day, and I was reading her messages. I'm like, holy shit, who are you? Very proud of you. Didn't know you had it in you. Telling motherfuckers about themselves and shit. I'm like, Mom. Yeah. She's like, so, didn't think I had it in me. Never thought she'd leave him. I thought she loved him. I thought you put up with his gaslighting bullshit. I'm like, Dad, love you, but you know you are. I feel bad saying that right now, but you know, it's the truth. I'm not saying it's your fault. I don't agree with her affair, but I agree with her being happy. That's all. I know. All right, let's go over to Kim's channel. Let's go watch Dago. Let's end it now. Love you guys. See you over there, hopefully. Can you go over there? It's True Crime.